Hello, it's Dynamic Dan here, and today I'm feeling a little giddy. Why? Because I'm thinking all about the story of Gideon, who actually wasn't that giddy. He was a bit of a scaredy cat. Meow. I don't mean he was a cat, he was a real person, but he was scared and afraid. He didn't think he could go into battle without thousands and thousands of men. But God said to Gideon, you don't need all those men, simply put your trust and your faith in me. Sometimes though, we all get scared, and that is perfectly normal. After all, none of us are perfect. That cat pun was so good, I used it twice. But we're all afraid of different things. Sometimes though, God calls us to use that fear and to do the very thing that we're scared of, putting our trust in Him that everything will work out okay. Now of course, He doesn't want us to put ourselves in danger, but it might be things like starting a new school, joining a new group, standing up to talk in front of lots of people, or how about sharing your faith, which is very important, but can also sometimes leave us feeling a bit nervous. But we should put our trust and our faith in God because He can give us courage and strength. Now to illustrate that point, I'm going to do something which I find a bit scary. Yikes. A worm! No, it's not really a worm. It is, of course, a baboon. A balloon. I use balloons in lots of my shows. They're fun and colourful, but sometimes when they go pop or bang, they give me a little fright. For a few seconds, I get a bit scared. But today I'm going to face that fear and show you some of the amazing things I can make with a balloon. We'll just give it a quick stretch like this and... Oh! Ow! Yeah, they can hurt as well. You have to be careful with a balloon. I think I'll blow the balloon up now. Here we go. Ooh, ow! Oh! I think to play it safe, I'll use a pump. I've got one down here. I often use a pump, and that's why I've got such big muscles. Yeah, let's blow the balloon up, and I'll show you some of the amazing creations I can make. After all, I have been to Ballooniversity. Yeah. Here we go. Blowing up the balloon with lots of air. Wow, it's huge! Look at that! Cool. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. Oh, it was the balloon, don't worry. Right, now I need to tie a knot in the end so the air cannot escape. Okay, one inflated balloon. Prepare to be amazed. Balloon creation number 1. That's a green bean. What do you think? No, not great. But it reminds me that sometimes we don't like to try things like vegetables. There are certain foods and things in life that we think will be horrible, and so we just don't try them. But actually, if we do try them, we might find they're okay, or even they're really nice. Sometimes we just need the extra courage to try new things, and that's something you can ask God for help with. So there is a green bean. What do you think? Not great, we can do better. Let's try, oh I know, an animal. There's a snake. Look at that snake. Whoa. Again, looks a bit like the green bean, but some people are scared of things like spiders and snakes. But I had a friend who went to the zoo. He got to hold a snake and he realised it wasn't that bad. It wasn't slimy. It wasn't that scary. Sometimes we're scared more of the idea of something than the actual thing itself. So again, it's about facing that fear and trying something that makes us a bit afraid. Sort of a snake. It could be a caterpillar. What do you think? I know, I'll make a monster behind my back. You'll like this one. Here we go. Finished. Do you want to see? There is the Loch Ness monster. Nessie. Ooh, ferocious monster. Looks a bit like the snake and the green bean. I know, these are rubbish. But it reminds me that sometimes people are scared of things like monsters that aren't real. Again, it's the idea of something that might scare us. And of course, we can pray to God to remind us that these things aren't real and can't hurt us. Doesn't look much like a monster. Not very scary at all. But I'm going to try something now which could be a bit scary. I'll straighten out the balloon. And I'm going to get the Dagger of Doom. Bum, bum, bum. Here is the Dagger of Doom, which is absolutely not a knitting needle. Okay, it is really, but it's very sharp, and balloons and sharp things do not make good friends. I'm going to be really brave now. Even though I don't like balloons popping, I'm going to put this knitting needle, Dagger of Doom, into the balloon. Here we go. Ooh. Perfectly calm now. Perfectly calm. Oh, I can't do it. I'm too scared. Maybe laying down. Not me, the balloon. We'll lay the balloon down on the table. Here we go. On 3. 1, 2. Be brave, Dynamic Dan. 1, 2, 3. Oh, nearly. I nearly did it. This time. Perfectly calm, perfectly brave. Every time it makes me jump. I let out a little shriek of fear there, but it's okay. It didn't last long. It was over very quickly. I must face my fear. Let's see what happens if we try it with God's help instead. I'm back with a new balloon, 2 Daggers of Doom, and this tube, which we'll pretend is God's help. So what do you think will happen if I introduce the Daggers of Doom to the balloon with God on our side? Let's see. We'll drop the balloon into the tube. We'll pull it through. Oh, it's a tight fit. You can see it completely fills the tube. And now the first Dagger of Doom. Here goes. There are tiny holes in the tube, so let's see what happens. Wow. Look at that. The needle goes right through the balloon and it hasn't even popped. It's amazing. Hey, don't look at that. Oh, you can see I'm just holding on to it. Okay, that wasn't that impressive. Sometimes with God in our lives, we can still try and find a way to avoid the problem, to avoid the thing we're scared of. We might try and find another way round when really we should trust in God. So let's try it properly. Through the holes this time. Sometimes we need God to guide us through when we feel scared. Here we go. Through the hole. Wow. Look at that. That's through the tube and through the balloon, and the balloon hasn't burst. Wow. Let's try the next one though. Here goes. Dagger of Doom number 2. And you can see I'm not shaking much this time. I'm finding my courage. Right. Wow. Look at that! It's like a weird green skewered rubbery kebab or something, but both needles are through the balloon and the balloon is unharmed. Now you might be thinking, maybe it's a trick balloon, maybe it's an extra thick rubber, but no, watch. The balloon still pops, and you'll notice that time I didn't jump. You see, God doesn't always take away the thing we're scared of, but he can give us the courage to face our fears and make things easier. So, whether you're feline brave or feline scared, invite God into your life and ask when you need that little extra bit of courage. Well, I've been Dynamic Dan. Have a fantastically fearless week. Stay awesome, and bye for now.